Hey, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the I-94 date and things that can get a little confusing. As you may know, if you know what an I-94 is, you're probably a non-immigrant and so you've entered the country. In the olden days you used to receive the white card. Now it's all online. Now where this can get a little bit tricky is if the officer who stamps you in, so as you come through the Customs and Border Patrol, they'll stamp you in and typically they'll handwrite on the stamp when the date you're good till. If you're a student, it'll say DS. If you're not, it'll give you a date. Sometimes they leave it blank, which makes you have to work out, hang on a minute, how long am I good for? So in that case, you need to go to the website. So check out the link below here, maybe above, and that's where you go to press on there, insert your information, and get your I-94 date. That's the date you can actually stay in America until. Now, some things to keep in mind, and these are some things that of late I've had some clients get themselves into trouble with. If your passport expires, they're only going to give you an I-94 date till the expiration date of your passport. So where this can get tricky is if you're someone that doesn't leave the country very often and you decided to just stay, and your husband, who's on, let's say, an O1, his visa is good for the full 3 years, so you just blindly assume that, well, wait a minute, my I-94 date is good for 3 years as well. What you didn't factor in is when you entered a year and a half ago that your passport was about to expire. So they only stamped you in for a certain amount of dates, till the date of the expiration of your passport. Here's the problem. You are then out of status from when your I-94 date expires. Regardless of what the visa says in your passport, it's all based upon that I-94 date. That's when you start triggering overstay time and some major problems. So it's really important that each time you enter the country that you take a good look at your I-94 date. If you know your passport's about to expire, or if there's anything weird about the visa, the border crossing, like for example, the officer didn't seem to understand you had an O1 visa or a K or whatever you were coming in on, you need to pull your I-94 date and you need to really keep track of that. No one else is going to keep up with that unless you are. And when you start accruing 180 days or 360 days of overstay, you are then subject to the 3 and the 10-year bars. So it's really important, and it's extraordinarily difficult to overcome those overstay times, particularly if you're a non-immigrant and you're married to a non-immigrant, because you can't adjust from being out of status. Very complicated. If you do have an I-94 issue, you need to call an immigration attorney to work out what your options are. You know, leaving the country is going to open a whole other bag of worms, so you need to take care of it. Call your attorney before you do anything. Have a good day.